Hello, hello, hello. I am your host, Bri Speaks, and I am so happy to have you here today. This is my first episode, so welcome. It's going to be a lot of introductory material, but I hope it gets you excited for all the things we have to come. So who am I? Who is Bri Speaks? I am a Black woman. I am an advocate. I am a speaker, a public speaker. And I am a person in America who has gone through so much BS, so much crap due to the systems of oppression is what I know most people will call these things, but I call them systems of separation. We're going to get into, they are crap. It's all BS. It's all fake. It's all artificial. And they're there to keep us down, to keep us, the people, down. Because we are all meant to be one. We're supposed to have one universal consciousness. We have one universal consciousness, but they have stripped us from it, slowly but surely dismantled all of that oneness that we used to have as an ancient people. And now we have to live in these systems of separation. So what are the systems of separation? And you're probably like, okay, Bri, and but like the patriarchy is absolutely the biggest one. Patriarchy / sexism. It is separating men from women. It is making the original divine right of who we are and putting men on top of women, which, you know, if there are men listening to this podcast, they're not going to like this, but like, that's not right. That is not right. We are supposed to be yin and yang. We're supposed to be balanced. We're supposed to be in harmony. There's not supposed to be one on top of the other, but if you are supposed to put one on top of the other, it should be the woman of the species kind of guiding the way towards life, because women have a biological a biological inclination towards life, towards like bringing us together, towards cooperation. Like we were evolved to do that in order to further the species of humanity. And that's for across, not even just humans, like women, the female of the species across different species in nature are the ones who gatekeep life. And we have to do that because we have this spiritual divine connection, which we'll get into that. Like that is, we've got many episodes to go, but patriarchy is one of them. Was another big one. Classism. Classism is another thing that keeps us separated, that keeps us feeling like I am above you if I have more money or more material items and you are below me. That is it's a system of separation. Racism, obviously. White supremacy. It is a disease that has plagued the entire planet Earth, is this idea that whiteness or lightness is better than something else, is more qualified than something else, is more important than something else, is more valid than something else, is more like just sacred, more sacred than something else, more quote unquote pure. Like all of it is crazy. It's crazy. We'll get into it. Religion, another one. I know all my Christians are on the line. I know they're not going to want to hear this, but religion is another system of separation. It is there to trap your mind, to keep you uneducated, keep you from questioning, keep you from critically thinking, keep you from your true self. Your true self is an expression of life, expression of God, if you will. But Christianity, Islam, Judaism, all the Abrahamic religions specifically they don't allow people to express their truest self. It puts them in this box and it says that you have to express yourself this specific way if you want to be a worshiper of God. And it's a very unnatural way to live. Every single person on this earth is an individual, a unique individual who has their own experiences, and to put them in this box and say that you have to worship or you have to practice your spirituality, you have to put your spiritual power in this box, and you have to use it this certain way. Which what people don't realize is how much power they are being stripped from themselves by going into these religions, which are cults in my personal opinion. But we'll get into that. Ableism is another system of separation. It's like who can and who cannot. It's like if you can, you're worth more, and if you can't, you're not worth as much, and that is absolutely preposterous. So I know we're going to have at least one episode on all of those that I just listed, but it's going to be many episodes, especially as we talk about how each of these systems are impacting each of us in different ways. So I hope you're looking forward to it. And the goal of this podcast is really to help everyone get to that place of oneness. So in a lot of indigenous spiritual practices, so this is African spirituality, this is Indian spirituality, this is Native American spirituality, this is a lot of Chinese spirituality. There's a lot of similarities, and those similarities are like your chakras or your energy channels. And learning how each of those, how you can use those, harness those to tap into your own power. We all have this like God essence, spiritual energy inside of us, but these religions and these systems of separation tell you that all of your power lies outside of you. It tells you that if you want to be important and powerful, you need external money. It tells you if you want to be valued, you need external beauty. It tells you if you want to be important, you need external like things, like you need the nice car, you need the nice house, you need the coolest, I don't know, motorcycle or whatever you're into. Like you have to be able to run really fast or jump really high, or you have to have a big old behind, or you have to have the big old boobies, or whatever it is that the world tells you that you need in order to be worth it, to be valuable, to be loved. All of that is crap. It is all crap, and it is there to keep us all separated and apart. And the world has fallen for it, y'all. The world, obviously, this is a person who was born on this planet Earth. I used to be this way. I used to feel like I needed these things in order to be beautiful, in order to be loved, in order to be smart, in order to be appreciated, in order to be valued. But I learned over time that all of that stuff it's consumerist culture. Consumerism is another system of separation. But it's like all of that stuff is feeding the ego, and the ego it's a version of you, but it is the version that you allow people to see. And whenever people see that and they affirm that, they give you that external validation that you are looking for. You feed that ego more and more. You feed it with more stuff, more money, more vacations, more Instagram posts, and you never feed your spirit. And your spirit is truly who you are. And you feed your spirit with things like meditation, introspection, sitting with yourself, really thinking through who it is you are and what it is that you want, and not what is it that everyone tells you should be. And so I am going to get into all of those things, and I hope you look forward to coming with me on this journey. And you will learn that you don't need anything in this world but yourself in order to feel full and whole and fulfilled. Although, of course, we need community, but when we go through like the layers of consciousness, when we go through the chakras, and the energy channels, you'll understand like there is a place in your life where you'll need that community, and you want that community. We're humans, we need that. But then there's also a place in your life where you have to learn to to exist and feel like your existence is enough. To feel like you're just being is enough. It is worth it. Just the fact that you are alive, you are a being who is breathing on this planet Earth, that is enough. And so many people feels like you are worthless if that is all you are, quote unquote all, if that is just what you are. But understanding that each person who people don't realize how much it took for you to get here on this planet. What was the likelihood that your mom and your dad met out of all of the 7 billion people on this planet? What was the likelihood that they actually got together and did what they did? And what was the likelihood of the millions of swimmers that your dad has and the thousands of eggs that your mom has, that those two specific eggs and swimmer got together and implanted into your mama? What was the likelihood that your mom actually went through with that entire pregnancy? What was the likelihood that that you survived the pregnancy, and then that you were born, and that you survived your first year of birth, because so many babies die the first year of birth. And then for all of that to happen, then you go throughout your life and you accumulate all of these experiences. And then who else has had all of those experiences? Nobody. So people don't realize how special and unique and how valuable just them being alive is, how like their being is such an important space for them to you are enough. Your contribution to the world is just showing up and being yourself and being present and being authentically you. And if more and more people could get to that point, the world will be a better place. And so my goal is to help people see, again, all of these systems of oppression, if you will, but they're systems of separation. I don't like calling them systems of oppression, because when you put the word, first of all, when you use the word oppression, that automatically creates separation between the people who believe those systems of oppression exist and the people who don't believe they exist. And so that, like, I don't like that. And then it creates like this, it creates a hierarchy of like, okay, it creates enemies of one another. Because if you are impacted by a system of oppression and you feel like you are, at the bottom of this hierarchy, then you are looking at someone who is at the top of this hierarchy who either doesn't believe it exists or believes that it does exist. But, and even if they understand that they are privileged in this system, it still creates this like, you are above me, I am below you, you are the problem, I'm not the problem, or like, I have to feel guilty because I'm above you and you don't have to feel guilty because you're below. Like, it's just like, it creates so much stuff. But when you say it's a system of separation, I feel like it puts everyone on the same playing field, that we're all supposed to be together, we're all supposed to be one, but right now we're being separated from one another. So that's why I chose specifically systems of separation instead of systems of oppression, because no one is like, we are, people are oppressed 100% with these systems, but they're not like, I don't know how to explain it, but they are being oppressed. They are being stopped from being their like truest self in a sense, right? But the thing is like, everyone does have the capability to rise to their highest being. Like in a world where these systems didn't exist, right? So in a world where these systems didn't exist, we would all have the capacity to rise to our highest self, and then to have to find that consciousness, that one consciousness, that universal consciousness, that cosmic consciousness, where you see that all of us are just one. All of us are a different version of the I don't know, the minerals and the chemicals and like, what is the table of elements? All of us are a different combination of the same table of elements that exist on this world. So we all have the capacity to be our highest selves, rather whatever that looks like. Every person's highest self is going to be unique to them. But when you say systems of separation, it does something. For me personally, it does something. It does something that shows us that we are not above and below, we're not inferior and superior, we are all one. And right now there are things that are breaking us apart, that are separating us, and we need to come back together. Not that someone needs to come down and someone needs to come up, but we all need to just come together. So how long was that? I'm not sure. But that is what we will be talking about for the rest of Kingdom Come, until everyone in the world just gets it. And so I think our first episode will be on the patriarchy, because the patriarchy does affect the most people. All of these things, especially like racism, also affects racism and white supremacy and sexism. Those go hand in hand. But patriarchy and sexism, it affects 50% of the population, and that is women. And so I'm going to talk about that one first, and then we'll get into the others down the line. This is future Bri here, coming in to let you know the first episode will not be on the patriarchy. It will be on racism, because that was what was on my heart as I was recording, and the whole point of everything I'm teaching in this podcast will be essentially follow your heart. And so who am I to be a hypocrite to my own teachings? And I am not. So just FYI, it is going to be more on racism than patriarchy. I hope you hang out on this journey, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn things. I hope you find it interesting. I hope you found it empowering. And I hope that it can change your mind about at least one thing. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon. Bye.